Good morning, Vietnam!
Rise and shine. It's butt whipping time.
Any triple in the series? Yes. I almost want to bet no triple plus 125.
That's a good. I would bet that. That's a good bet.
I am gonna bet that for sure, 100%.
Because how often does a triple happen? And two, most of the time it's just someone taking a base on a throw.
This is my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
I do like that.
No triples in the World Series plus 125. That's my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
A few moments later.
Think about three as Verdugo can't play it cleanly. Freeman's into third. A base hit turns into three. Yeah! Who's retarded now? Yeah!
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
Never going to financially recover from that.
How impressive is that to you?
Really impressive.
I don't agree with that. So, just go ahead on your soliloquy, but I just don't agree with that.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Oh, hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that.
Look, you got to shut the fuck up. That plays.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
Second place of all of college football. You need to think of it that way. You need to think of it that way.
Game on! Game on!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Game On, another episode of Pump the Brakes. I guess I'm by myself today, man. I don't know. Steps told me earlier that he was going to be in here. I've texted him a few times. I tried to call him. I haven't heard nothing from him, so hope he's all right out there, man. If you're trying to get home or something, get home safe. But let me know you're okay, man, because you told me today we was good to go. And now here we are. So I don't have much of a plan today, y'all, without him with me. So I guess we'll just go through here. We'll recap some NHL from last night. You're not alone. We're with you. That's right, man. You with us. I see all y'all over there popping off the chat. Derp already here. You got B. McCormick in there. Will. So y'all always in here keeping me company, man. I know I'm not alone, man. Not alone. So, but I do not have much of a plan. And y'all have heard me say an awful lot about college football already, man. We talked about that stuff by myself for an hour and a half yesterday. So without some other ideas thrown at me, I don't know how much else I can tell y'all. We'll look at the I did redo my bracket and stuff, how the rankings will come out tonight now. We'll look at that and all that stuff. We do have those being released, I guess 7:30 or so. I don't know. They change the time about every damn week, too. Just like they change the parameters on what it takes to get in that thing. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Steps will show up here in just a little bit. Predict the committee's top 10. I mean, I can tell you what I think it should be. You want me to try to predict theirs? I don't even know if they know what theirs is going to be yet, man. I think some of those they just throw some names in a hat and draw them out the last second and let it go that way, man, because you can't reason with a lot of stuff they say. So we'll see what happens. I got a highlight up here in the TV, man. We already watching the highlight this. If y'all ain't watching this highlight, man, y'all need to go over and check out World Highlight League over on YouTube and watch this stuff, man. It's pretty intense. Pretty intense. These guys are incredible. But I don't have Bama being in, man. I don't think that they should be in. I really don't. You got two losses to unranked teams at this point. Both teams 6 and 5, barely bowl eligible. But you got two losses to unranked teams. Just like I think if my Vols lose this weekend at Vandy, I do not think they should be in either. I think there are other teams out there that would deserve a shot in that moment. You're getting your shot right now. And, Alabama, their playoff just started last week, in my opinion, out there at Oklahoma. You lose that one, you're done. My Vols starts this weekend at Vandy. You lose that one, you're done. So right behind the Cougs and Army. Yeah, I don't know about it. That might be a good game, Will. Your Cougs playing Army might be a good game. That might be one worth watching, man. But I don't think either one of y'all want Bama, even as bad as they played on Saturday, man. We'll see. Who knows? But it could work out that way. Maybe something crazy will work out and your Cougs will get to play Bama. I would love that, too. That'd be a good little consolation prize for you. Then you could shut up about all that stuff. But anyway, so we'll see what we got going on with those tonight and some big games this weekend. And we'll see how that's going to shake out. There's still lots got to happen between now and then, man. But I don't have Alabama in. I don't think Alabama should be in. I tell you, I see a weird way that one of these trash-ass conferences, and when I'm saying that, I'm talking about anything but the Big Ten and the SEC. I do see a way that one of these conferences can get two teams in that I didn't think was really possible before. But with all the chaos in the SEC and Alabama and Ole Miss and all those teams dropping the ball, I do see a line where we might get two ACC teams in this thing. Hey, you want BYU? Figure out the real big cat? Yes, that could be possible too. Honestly, bro, I feel like that's a way more likely matchup. Actually, is because they would definitely pair you guys and BYU up because that would be. I mean, you get some like regional interest and all that from there. They'll put you on like the Poinsettia Bowl or something. What up, Blue? How you doing, man? You're not late. We just started, man. We were like 5 minutes into this thing. We was waiting on Steps, and he ain't made it in yet. So we didn't start till about 10 after. So you ain't late at all, man. You just got here. You good, bro. You good. No worries. But let's pull this up, and we'll talk about college football some more in a little bit. Maybe Steps will wonder here with us. Let's recap some hockey from last night, and we'll look at some lines for tonight. I guess we'll recap NBA, college basketball. Hell, just tell me what y'all want to talk about, man. We'll talk about it, but I don't really have much of a plan without Steps here today. So last night on the ice, man, let's puck around and find out a little bit. Tampa Bay Lightning put it on the Colorado Avalanche. Outscored them 5-1 in the first period, man. Wound up winning this thing 8-2. Tampa Bay Lightning now 11-7-2, 7-2-1 at home. Avalanche moved to 12-10 and 6-4-0 on the road. Capitals at the Panthers, tied after the first period. And this one went scoreless in the second, and 3 goals by the Capitals in the third to win this one 4-1 right here. They got to pick it up. They got their big dog, their legend, Ovechkin, man. He will be out 4 to 6 weeks, had a leg fracture, if I'm not mistaken. But they do win last night on the road at Florida, 4-1. They actually have a better record than Florida now at 14-6-1, 7-2-0 on the road. The Panthers 12-9-1, 6-5-1 at home. Jets do keep on winning, man. I'll tell you, I ain't mad at that little ticket I got on them, Blue. I bet them at plus 2,000 to win the Stanley Cup before the season started, and I ain't mad at it right now, man. I might try to. We'll see if they can sustain it because they are playing really, really well right now. I keep waiting on them to fall off a little bit, and they have not yet, sir. Devils defeat the Predators. Devils also another team pretty hot right now in the early going. 15-7-2 on the season, but last night tied after the first period, put 3 up in the second. Both teams put a goal in the third. Devils win this one 5-2 there. And like I said, 15-7-2 on the year, 6-3-2 at home. Predators now 7-12-3, 2-6-3 on the road. The Blues win in Jim Montgomery's debut last night. The coach from the Bruins that just got let go the other day after the rough start by Boston to start the season. Goes and makes his St. Louis Blues debut. The Blues said, we'll take that, man. One man's trash, another man's treasure. Blues picked him up. He goes and wins his debut last night against our guy AK's New York Rangers here. 5-2 on the road for St. Louis. Rangers now 12-7-1, 5-4-1 at home. Blues 10-12-1, 5-6-1 on the road. The Golden Knights defeat the Flyers in a shootout, man. They got all the hockey we could handle in this one last night. But Flyers take a 2-0 lead after the first period, but Golden Knights put up 3 in the second. It's 4-3 after 2, but they do tie it up in the third to get to the shootout and want to go on to win it in the shootout there. So 5-4 for the Golden Knights last night. They are 14-6-2, 6-4-2 on the road. Flyers 9-10-3, 5-6-1 at home. Well, this is a good one. I wanted Steps to be here for this one because I tried to warn him off this one last night. He said, I like the under in the Stars Hurricanes. I said, I do not, sir. I do not. Both those teams can score the puck, and they did score the puck last night. It was 2-1 Stars after the first period, 3-1 Stars after the second period. But then the Hurricanes came out and outscored them 5-1 in the third period. This never happens for me, man. I always think when I got a team on the puck line, like if I would have bet the Hurricanes on the puck line last night, you would think you were dead to rights going into the third period right there. And that team comes all the way back to cover the damn puck line, outscoring them 5-1 in the third. Pretty incredible right there. I have no idea, Blue. I have no idea, man. He said that that was one of the ones he liked last night. And by the time I got back to him, man, he'd already put it in. So I said, well, the book thanks you for your donation, sir, because they almost doubled that damn thing in this one. But, 6-4 win for the Hurricanes. Come back in the third there. They are 15-5-1 and 8-1 at home. One of the best teams in hockey right now. Stars also a very good hockey team, 13-7-0 and 5-5 on the road. Flames at the Senators last night. Senators win this one 4-3, tied after the first period. 3-2 after the second one. Both teams put a goal in the third, but the Senators held on for the 4-3 win there. Red Wings at the Flyers. They defeat them 4-2 in this one. Jets. There's the Jets. There's your Jets, Blue. Looking good, man. 18-4 on the season right here. Jets at the Wild last night. Wild, another good team, man. They're 13-4-4. So we got two good teams, a good matchup. But the Jets look like they tied after the first period. They do take a 2-1 lead in the second, but add 2 more in the third. Not sure if one's maybe an empty netter or something there. But do win it 4-1 right there. Like I said, 18-4 on the season to start out. That is strong. Didn't really have that on the bingo card there, but this was a playoff team last year. Kraken at the Ducks. They win 3-2 in that one. And the Sharks defeat the King. Look at the Sharks right there, man. Defeating the Kings 7-2. So you could have probably got some real good money on your little ladder on the Sharks right there. Oh, that's right, Blue. That's right, Blue. Well, you want to? Here, we'll play this one for Steps, man. If I can find it, I can't even look for my clips when Steps ain't here. So here you go. It's for Steps. I'm taking that under on the Stars and the Hurricanes.
Yeah! Who's retarded now? Yeah!
That's for you, Blue. Oh, man. So let's go over here and look and see what we got, who we got playing tonight, man. I don't think we got very many games this evening. My Canucks at the Bruins right here. Y'all know when I say my Canucks, man, I had to pick a team at random last year. I like a lot of these teams. Most of y'all don't know, man. I just got into hockey last season, really dove into this thing with both feet, man. I like the Canucks. I like a lot of those guys on that squad up there. They started out well this year, too, even with some of the studs going down with injuries, man. What's up, Mont? What's up, Patriot? Let's see, man. It's a party now. Y'all in here to have a good time. I thought Steps would be in here with me. Somebody text Steps. Make sure you're all right, man. He won't talk to me. He mad at me. Something, I guess because I didn't get back to him enough time on that under. But let's look at these lines. Let's see what the lines for tonight are here. I'll get over here and get this pulled up for y'all. See if we can't find some gems to try to make a little money this evening, man. We got like I said, Canucks at the Bruins. Bruins minus 1.5 on the puck line at home, plus 210. Canucks plus 1.5 on the road, minus 285. Minus 102 on the money line for Vancouver, minus 118 for Boston. Got a total of 5.5 in this one. Minus 105 to the over, minus 125 to the under. Let's just look and see what a little alt puck line for the Canucks might get you this evening. Get you plus 225 right there. So basically, like I said, it's kind of a coin flip. I'd like to know, Blue, you got any idea what this line's done today, man? This Canucks Bruins line, the money line is what I'm talking about. Which way is this move, man? Was this like minus 110 earlier and it's moved out to minus 118? Steps at Whataburger. I don't know where Steps at, man. See, he got some explaining to do, man. But they, I'd like to know what that line was open. If it was at like minus 110 or it's moved out to minus 118, might be a spot to maybe snag that. But they're just not playing great right now. They haven't been early on. Like I said, coaching change and all that for the Bruins. So funny line. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. Like I said, we got to see what the Bruins are with the new head coach and all that. It's something a lot of times with a franchise, that can rejuvenate a team, especially professional sports. Change coach, early on after a rough start. You saw it last year with the Edmonton Oilers, man. They did the same thing. They started out real bad, wound up changing coaches, and went on a damn tear. So we might want to just monitor the Bruins for a little bit and see what they're going to be. The other game tonight, Utah Hockey Club at the Montreal Canadiens. Canadians plus 1.5 at home, minus 225. Utah minus 1.5 on the road, plus 170. Minus 135 for Utah on the money line, plus 114 for Montreal. Even total of 6 in this one, minus 120 to the over, minus 110 to the under. You were on NBA today since it was a short slate. Okay, well, let's get back over here. That's what we got in hockey tonight, y'all. Small slate right there. Do not have an opinion on those. Maybe if Steps gets here in a little bit, we can see if we can find some of those line moves, but I don't love any of that. So let's go over here, and I guess we'll look at the association. Y'all know I love doing this so much, man. We'll keep this thing rolling as long as we can tonight, y'all. So anything y'all want to talk about, throw it out there, and we'll do it. We will do it. Okay, Magic. Last night we're at the Hornets. They defeat the Hornets 95-84. Magic now 12-7, 4-7 on the road. You like the Bucks first half tonight, huh, Blue? Okay. We'll look at that here in a minute. But and Bulls first quarter over. Okay. Raptors at the Pistons. Pistons win this one 102-100. The Raptors are a really bad basketball team. Pistons ain't much better, man. Raptors 4-14, 0-10 on the road. Raptors have not won a road game this year. Okay. I bet they covered that one. I'm sure that line was bigger than that. What up, supporting? How you doing, man? Been betting college basketball unders today. 8-3 so far, man. Throw me some winners, bro. Give me some of them winners for this evening. I'll ride with you. That's a solid day, sir. 8-3. We ain't even to dinner time yet. We love that. Anthony Edwards under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I got a full card for Turkey Day, Will says, trying to put it together and get it out to y'all tonight. But all my bets are placed. Let's go, man. And Blue likes the Lakers tonight as well. Pacers defeated the Pelicans last night. Pelicans suck too, 4-14, man. 114-110. Damn, that's almost identical. Pacers not much better either. Mavericks over the Hawks, 129-119 there. Celtics defeat the Clippers, 126-94. Celtics starting off just like people thought they would, man. They're still looking good out there. Grizzlies over the Trailblazers, 123-98. Knicks, 140. Good. Nah, they scored 1 million in this one. Knicks, 145-118 over the Nuggets. Nets, Warriors, 128-116 Nets defeat the Warriors 128-120, and the Thunder over the Kings 130-109 in that one. So let's see, get over here and see what all y'all like for this stuff tonight. I tell you, I really can't bet this stuff, man. I am not about this NBA. Not about it. So Blue says he likes the Bucks in the first half. You can get the Bucks in the first half. Get over here, 2 halves, and see what that will be. You get the Bucks in the first half minus +1. You get a +1 first half? Okay. Let's go, Blue. That don't feel a little fishy to you, man? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to read these damn NBA lines and the way this stuff moves. You got them. No, they're +2 for the game. I was thinking they were -2. Okay. Either way, well, Bucks first half, not a bad spot there, I guess, man. They've started out rough, too. I think definitely definitely not playing great basketball right now. So I trust you. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to ride with you, man, because I hate this stuff. But you got the Bulls at the Wizards tonight, -5 on the road for Chicago. And he liked that first quarter over in that one. I don't even know what that total would be. Let's see here. First quarter total is 60.5. So you like that over in that one, Blue? Over at 60.5? I might do that just because I like those little first quarter sweats. But I don't want to sweat one the whole damn game just for it to kick my head in right at the end on some bullshit. But I might do that little first quarter over with you. That'd be a fun little sweat. Like I said, Bucks at the Heat +2 on the road for Milwaukee. It's the Houston Rockets at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves are -3.5 at home, -112. The Bucks playing better now, but be safe. We take first half. All right. I'll tell you what, I might parlay them, Blue. I might parlay them. I might take over the first quarter, over 60.5 first quarter for the Bulls, and I'm going to parlay it with that Bucks first half. That'd be a fun little early sweat there. We'll have that thing done by about 8 o'clock. Spurs at the Jazz tonight. Spurs -2.5 on the road at Utah. Lakers at Phoenix, and Phoenix is -2.5. You like the Lakers in that one, Blue? Okay. Well, here, let's see here, man. You like Lakers money line, or I'm going to take the 2.5, man. I always hate taking little bitty spreads like 2.5, but in the NBA and stuff, that definitely, especially a game like this, let's see what that pays. Let's get the Canucks out of there. And then you like the Bucks first half +1. So let's see what that'll pay us, man. Ooh, it pays a little money line, he says, on the Lakers. Ooh, that's going to juice it up for us a little bit more, man. Dang, I like where you headed that, Blue. Oh, I get this little +686, bro. Lock it in. Got over. First quarter over in the Bulls. Wizards game over 60.5. Bucks +1 in the first half at Miami. And then the Lakers money line at Phoenix. They'll pay you a little +686, man. Let's go. 3 is the max, though. Okay. That's the max, man. I'm going to leave that in the slip so I can remember that, Blue. College basketball tonight. Who's playing in college basketball? Any of y'all got some college basketball picks y'all like? 3 legs. That's where we need to leave them, Blue. I've been getting my head kicked in, man. I've won 4 out of 5. I won 5 out of 6. 4 out of 5. Even though I'll be honest with you, man, I've been putting 3-leggers in too, going 2 out of 3. So good luck to you, brother. Good luck to you, man. I hope we beat that thing tonight. Like I said, I always like a free ride along. We got Michigan State and Memphis tonight. Okay. Michigan State -2.5. I'll be honest with y'all, man. I have not got to watch a whole lot of college basketball just yet with football season still wide open. So I have not got to watch a whole lot of this. And the lower I go, it's still by 1. You're right, man. Parlays are not easy to do. But like I said, Michigan State at home tonight. I guess it's at home. I don't even know if these games. Let's look and see if these might be those weird tournament games around Thanksgiving too. Patriot. Before you place your bet, New York Giants have not beat the Cowboys in Dallas since 9/11/2016. Okay. I was actually saying this morning, man, you weren't in there on the morning show. I was told Will I was already drinking the Kool-Aid, man, because I'm ready to jump back on the Cowboys train. They've only cost me probably one of my kids' college funds this year so far. And every time I don't bet them is when they come through. So you may not want me to bet them, man. You may just want me to leave it alone for you. Oh, man, we got a little action going on right now in college basketball. Let's look at this. Let's see. We got UConn and Colorado. I did click on men's, didn't I? Yeah, okay. UConn and Colorado, 70-65. That was getting down to the nitty gritty. You got Texas A&M and Oregon at halftime right now. To A&M up 32-29. Western Kentucky and Kentucky. Oh, we got Houston, Alabama tonight. Dadgum, man, we got some basketball. Is this all tonight? Kansas and Duke? Auburn, North Carolina? What is going on, bro? We got We got crazy college basketball. And I had no idea all these games were going on. Well, I guess we got to talk about this a little bit. Let's say Houston at Alabama. I like the over, man. I like the over now. I always bet over in Alabama games. I don't even care. I know Houston's more of a defensive-minded squad, but you see a lot of these big-time matchups like this, these top 10, top 15 matchups, and even these defensive-minded squads like Houston's and Tennessee's and things like that. When they get matched up in big matchups like that, those games tend to go over. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my slip right there for Houston, Alabama, over 149.5. So you give me the over in the Kansas game, he said. Let's see what that one is. 148.5. I could see that too, Blue. I think we just parlay both them damn overs together too. Oh, Blue, we can get. Now we're getting crazy. I love it when I put all these in over here and it starts adding it up. We got over 60.5 in that first quarter. The Bucks first half. Lakers money line over 149.5 in Houston, Alabama, and the over 148.5 in Kansas and Duke. That pay us plus 27.43, Blue. We throw us a couple dollars on that, can't we, man? We throw us a couple dollars on that anyway. Let's see. Rutgers and Notre Dame down there. There's Auburn and North Carolina. That's right. They're playing in Maui, so they ain't going to be starting until late for that one. But Auburn minus 3.5. I like the over in that damn thing too, man. I don't care that it's 100 million points. I promise you that's my best bet of the night. My best bet in sports tonight, man. Auburn, North Carolina. Over 167.5. Yeah, we may not put all that in there. Maybe I'll just put $1 on that 6-leg parlay and then go bet them all individually, Blue. That'd probably work out way better that way. Then at least we go 5 and 6. Made a little change for our pocket. I am betting that over in that Auburn, North Carolina game. That final score probably be they might get to 100. They might get real close to where they both reach 100. Probably both in the 90s or something. So that's going to look more like an NBA game out there. But then they'll be running up down the floor, man. Fast-paced offenses. Got shooters on both sides. Yeah, they're going to be trying to show out there tonight. Iowa State and Dayton, is that a ranked matchup? Dayton is 5-1. It's not a ranked matchup, but should still be a good game. Iowa State minus 9.5. And that one, you got a total of 142.5. I believe that is another Maui Invitational game. It is. Got to love the Maui Invitational, man. Let's see, Creighton and San Diego State down. Oh, that's already happened. That was earlier today. They got beat. They beat Creighton. Let's go. Okay. But that's kind of what you got going on the hardwood there tonight, man. Any of these other games of consequence? Let's see. I don't see any. Really. Unless y'all want to bet Cal Baptist, whatever. I don't know. It's too early in the season for me to go betting Grand Canyon overs. So probably stay away from that as well this evening, man. I guess we'll get over here and look at some college football for a few minutes, man. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to roll this thing because I'm already fishing, trying to find something to talk about. But we'll see. I got a bone to pick with Steps, man. You got to at least let me know you ain't going to be here so I can prepare for something like this. Notre Dame better be out as well. Out of the playoff there, they going to get in, bro. Notre Dame's getting in. Unless they lose to USC this weekend, Notre Dame will be in. Because that Northern Illinois loss with everybody else screwing up, that feels like a lifetime ago, bro. So yeah, Notre Dame, so as long as they win this weekend at USC, they're gonna get in that thing. But let's do that. Let's just pull up the AP poll. I've looked at a lot of these lines. I got to put Creek's picks out tomorrow and all that. So let me pull this AP poll up here. We'll see if we can figure out what we think the damn college football playoff is going to do. You got to be careful. Oh, is there college? I didn't even think about the stupid MAC. Is there MAC tonight? Yeah, I'm not betting either one of those damn games, y'all. You got Kent State and Buffalo tonight, and Toledo and Akron. And it's against my religion to bet on any of them damn teams. So we'll just leave that alone. But let's see here. I want to get over here and look at the rankings for the AP, and we'll see if we can't try to predict what we think the committee is going to do this evening. We know right now, and I'll show y'all my bracket that how I think it's going to work out in just a little bit. But the way I have it is not based off what I think the committee's rankings are going to be tonight. What I have my bracket set as based off what I think is going to happen. Excuse me, y'all. Based off what I think is going to happen in the championship games next weekend. And so, like you'll see, I don't have Oregon as the number 1 seed, but that's because I think they're losing to these boys right here in Indianapolis. But to the committee tonight, you're probably going to see it pretty chalky for the most part as far as the AP goes there. I'd say you're going to have Oregon at 1, Ohio State at 2, Texas at 3. I don't think any of those teams did anything to play themselves out of that spot. Penn State wound up, they held on. I don't know. The committee may, they may do something where just because Penn State had the close win at Minnesota, they still got the win. They battled back from behind. I don't think they should drop from 4. But they may do somewhere they flip-flop them in Notre Dame. Georgia and Tennessee both played cupcakes. So, they moved up as the result of other teams dropping the ball there. Miami's back up to 8. They control their own destiny. They got to go to Syracuse this weekend. I told y'all yesterday on Crick's Corner, I think that a lot of people are going to be on Syracuse, Trinity upset pick, expecting Miami, playing all the close games and things like that, expecting Miami to, not show up to play in this thing. And I think Miami's probably going to be the sharp side. I think the line was 10.5 or 11 last I saw. SMU's very solid blue. I do think they're winning the ACC. That's what I was going to say. I don't think it matters what happens with Miami right here. If Miami loses to Syracuse, I'm pretty sure your ACC championship is going to be SMU and Clemson. I think Clemson's a team that could probably give SMU more problems than Miami. I think SMU beats Miami. Clemson might give SMU some issues just because the front seven of Clemson's so nasty, and they could get up there and maybe try to push those guys around on the interior offensive, defensive lines and maybe create some problems for Jennings, the quarterback. And that's the only thing that would, I think the better matchup for SMU would be against Miami. But SMU is playing really good football and has all year long. They only lost early back in September at home to BYU 18-15. So SMU been playing as good football as anybody, especially in the ACC. And, they're obviously capable of beating both those teams. And I think they will wind up being the team because I think Miami's going to handle business and beat Syracuse this weekend. I think it'll be SMU and Miami. But I think SMU will beat Miami in that ACC championship. I do. I think SMU will wind up with a first-round bye. Crazy as that sounds. Indiana's still going to be around there. I don't think that's one of the top. Y'all know how I feel about that. I don't think it's one of the top 12 teams in the country, but they're going to get in. Unless they do something ignorant and lose to Purdue, which I would love because I think that would just take care of it because I really think they're going to get dominated by whatever team. I think whatever team they wind up playing in the first round is going to do the exact same thing that Ohio State did to them. I do. I really do think that. So maybe Purdue will do us all a favor. Maybe Purdue and Oregon State. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to do a Purdue-Oregon State moneyline parlay and hope that they solve all my playoff problems. Purdue beat Indiana. Oregon State beat Boise State. That'll pay you a good, juicy little lick. I promise you that. Might put $1 on it anyway. Here's Clemson down here, though, man. Clemson here just kind of hanging around. I know they lost the game to Louisville at home, and they got thumped by Georgia early on. But here's what may wind up happening with Clemson. They got a big one this weekend, too. They're going to play number 16 right down here in South Carolina. It is in Death Valley. At Clemson, I do believe. Let me double check that real quick because I do think it's at. It is at Clemson, but it is a noon game. Those noon games are always kind of weird, and it's not going to have the same atmosphere. Of course, granted, you can say that, and they lost at home to Louisville a couple weeks ago at night, so it may not matter there. But it's in-state rivalry and all those things, and South Carolina, the line's very small at minus 2.5 for Clemson, so Clemson drops the ball on that one. None of this will matter, but if they beat South Carolina, that's going to give them another big win on the resume. A non-conference top 25 win. The team that's going to be in the committee's top 25. What up, Nevada? What did you sneak in here, man? I didn't see you. Bama out, Notre Dame in. Yeah, Bama's, in my opinion, Bama's out, man. Like I said, there's too many other teams that I see right here. This team right here, Arizona State. And the Big 12, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait till after this weekend and see all the different tiebreakers and who even gets to play for the damn thing. We'll probably just have to wait till Sunday when they tell us. And see how that goes. I know on Saturday they'll be telling us all the different scenarios while the games are going on. But as of right now, I believe this is the only team that really controls their own destiny as far as Arizona State goes. If they win out, they're going to be in the game. And if they win this week and beat Arizona, they're going to be in the Big 12 championship game. They win that, they're going to get in the playoff. But I don't think it's going to work out where whoever wins that Big 12, I don't think they're going to wind up getting the first round bye. I think if Boise State wins their last two games, they got to beat Oregon State, and then they'll have to win the Mountain West Championship game. But if they do that, they're probably going to be a higher-ranked team than the Big 12 champion because you look down here and you've got, Arizona State or BYU or even Colorado. All those teams, I don't see any way those teams can get back over here and jump Boise State if Boise State doesn't lose. So Boise State's going to wind up with that bye, most likely. Maybe if, I know, I mean, it's still not going to matter because I think SMU, either SMU or Clemson, let's just say Miami lost this weekend, that would erase them, but then it would be Clemson, SMU. That team would jump Boise State and still get the bye. But the Big 12 team, I don't think any of these Big 12 teams, even Iowa State, none of these teams have a chance really, or enough left on the resume to pass Boise State from that far down, not in a week. So it's probably going to wind up being a bye for them. But like I said, Alabama, I think Alabama's after. I can't believe. I'm sorry, but you got beat 24-3. You didn't score a damn touchdown. Like, you only dropped 6 spots. Like, I don't know why you should. I don't know. That was a pretty disgusting performance by Alabama, and that's what I'm saying. If you have any game where you get beaten, you didn't score a touchdown, that'll automatically disqualify you. You're done. You're out. No value in Mac tonight. Agree. Yeah, I don't see any value in that tonight, Patriot. Any value in betting the teams to make the playoffs? Let's look and see, man. Let's look and see. That probably is some good value. That's a good question, Sporting Electron. We ain't looked at any of that. So let's get over here and look at some of these team futures and see if we can find to make the playoffs. Here, let me share this for y'all too, though. Tulane to make the college football playoff. That might be worth a little sprinkle because if something crazy did happen, I'll tell you all this. Actually, let's look at that. Go back because Boise State's got Oregon State this weekend. I'll tell you what, I am going to take Oregon State with those damn points. But I think, because if Boise State winds up losing that game, Tulane should, and I think Tulane would be the better team for the playoff. Their only 2 losses are 2 power conference teams there as well. And I've just seen a better body of work. I've seen Tulane dominate the bad teams throughout their conference. I've watched it all year long. They've been running away with games, smacking people in the mouth, not like what Boise State has been doing, winning by 4 on the road at places like Wyoming. So I would love to see Boise State get beat and for Tulane to be able to squeak in there, but maybe a half unit or something on that. Tourney won't sort itself out till after conference championship games. Lots of variables to sort out. Absolutely, sir. Just gives us stuff to talk about, man. I have no idea, Will. I have no idea where Steps is. He didn't tell me nothing. He told me he was going to be here. He won't answer his phone. He won't text me back. Like I said, at least let me know you're all right, man. If you are all right, I'm going to be a little pissed. So you better let me know you're okay. If you didn't tell me nothing, you didn't tell me you're going to leave me hanging high and dry. A&M here. I mean, A&M's got a path at plus 800. Now, granted, they would have to beat Texas and then beat Georgia, but if they beat Texas, they're going to be in the SEC championship game. And then if they win the SEC championship game, you're going to have a bye. I mean, I really think you'd be throwing good money after bad right there because I don't think they're beating Texas, or they could beat Texas this week, but I don't think they'd beat Georgia. I parlayed every favorite with the over on Thursday, plus 4,800. Just a little Will sprinkle, huh? That's fair, man. That's fair. Good luck to you, sir. Tennessee to make the playoff. I mean, if you wanted to, I'll tell you what, if you think Tennessee's in trouble against Vandy this weekend, you bet the no. Because if they lose that one, they're out. But we are double-digit favorites in that one and should be able to handle business. Miami, 240. I kind of like Miami on the no. I like Miami not to make that. There's one I like, man. We put that one in there. Miami, no, plus 180. I think there's some value on that one. Clemson, I also think there's value on this one, too. I think there's value on Clemson at plus 200. But, a lot of it's obviously hinges on the games this weekend. But Clemson comes through and gets it done against South Carolina, and then they wind up not having to play in the ACC championship game because they would pass up whichever team lost the ACC title game. Because that way they're sitting in the rankings right now, they would most likely, like Miami and SMU right there side by side, whoever lost would fall down behind Clemson. And Clemson might not even have to play and be one of those beneficiaries of not having to play in the conference championship and still being able to get in that thing at a 10-2 record, man. I mean, here's the thing. If it comes down to like a 10-2 Clemson team versus a 9-3 Alabama team, I know they've got a common opponent in Georgia, which Alabama beat and Clemson lost badly to, but Clemson's got one less loss. And they also didn't, you can say they had the game with Georgia. I guess we could argue that too. They didn't score a touchdown either. But I can handle not scoring a touchdown against Georgia much better than I can handle not scoring a touchdown against Oklahoma. So I mean, like I said, there's a lot of crazy things that go into all this, but you've got 2 losses to unranked teams, man. Notre Dame's getting in, y'all. Don't even mess with that one. Alabama, I wouldn't. I mean, you lay all the juice on the no, but that'd be the bet on that one. Colorado, we'd have to look at the Big 12 standings. You can, who's going to win? Who knows? That's right. Then let's see. Colorado to make the college football playoff, 600. I think they still have a shot. We'd have to check all the different tiebreakers for the Big 12 and see what's up with that. But Boise State, I might just bet this just with my heart and bet no. Arizona State, they control their own destiny out there. South Carolina is not going to get in. I'll tell you why on this. So let's go back and look at those rankings on South Carolina. Even if South Carolina was to beat Clemson, South Carolina's got losses. They got a really bad loss to Ole Miss at home. They got beat 27-3 in that one. And then they have a 2-point loss to Alabama as well. So even if South Carolina was to beat Clemson, you'd think this might catapult them up there. But they're going to have the same record as Ole Miss and Alabama, and they've lost to both of them. So there's no way South Carolina's going to jump both those teams. No way they can do it, and the committee justify it. BYU to make the college football playoff, yes. Plus, like I said, all the Big 12 teams. I mean, like I said, look at the tiebreakers and see, but most likely, I mean, you got some value on those. I don't know about Iowa State. Everybody's kind of forgot about it. I think Arizona State's the team coming out of that one. I really do. They're the one playing the best football. They tried to screw it up the other day in that game with BYU, but they are playing the best football consistently in that conference. I tell you, it's a really solid conference in the other Big 12. There's a lot of really, really solid teams. There ain't no great team in that thing, man. There's really, really not. So, but let's look at this. Here's the bracket. Like I said, y'all, this is not what I think that it's going to look like based off the rankings that will come out tonight. Because you'll be like, how do you have Oregon at 5? Yeah, well, this is what I think it may look like after the smoke clears and the conference championships have been handled right here. I think that Ohio State and Oregon, like I said, as long as Ohio State defeats Michigan this week, they will play Oregon. Oregon is guaranteed to be in it, but they will play Oregon and Indianapolis for the Big Ten Championship next week, as long as they beat the Wolverines. And I think that Ohio State will win this next one. I thought they would win it up in Eugene. I really did. Close game. Was it 32-31? Final on that one. Ohio State, Will Howard kind of screwed it up at the end, but Ohio State made a lot of mistakes in that thing. It's always a tough spot to try to go into Eugene and get a win in the Autzen Zoo there. So I think the second time around, Ohio State gets it done. And I think that will wind up being enough to catapult them, because they're still sitting at 2 right now. And I think the winner of that game is going to wind up being the number 1 seed in the college football playoff. So I got Ohio State as my number 1 seed right there. Georgia already camped out, hanging out in the SEC championship game, waiting on the winner of Texas and Texas A&M. And I think Texas will wind up handling it against Texas A&M there. Even with Texas A&M at home, it's going to be hype down there, renewed rivalry game and all that stuff. But I think Texas will wind up getting it done. Even if Texas was to lose that game and not get the SEC championship game, they're still going to wind up in the playoff. That would really put some chaos in it if Texas was to lose to Texas A&M this weekend, because I think they're getting put in either way with their overall body of work and all that. But I think in the SEC championship game, I didn't see anything. And I know it's tough to beat a good team twice and all that, but here's the thing. Georgia went down to Texas and whipped them, smacked them in the mouth. Now you'd have to play this team in the Georgia Dome, where they're or Mercedes-Benz Dome, whatever you want to call it now. And you play them there, and now that's like a second home to them. They play at least 2-3 games there every damn year. So they know what it's like to be there. Much more familiar with that spot than Texas is. So I would give Georgia the edge in that. Sounds like homemade cranberry sauce, most pro. I'm trying to give everybody. I'll tell you what, I look at it by the teams that I think are the best, man. I don't care what conference they come from. I'll tell you, I promise you. I thought my balls were trash. I'll tell you they were trash. I don't. But if I thought they were, I'll tell you. I promise. You can ask all my buddies. I'm a very, very real when it comes to this stuff, man. I try to be anyway. But I think Georgia winds up beating Texas in a little rematch in the SEC championship game. And I think that would get them up to the 2 seed there, with Oregon's loss to Ohio State. And I think Georgia's sitting right there. But I think SMU winds up playing Miami. I do think Miami wins this weekend at Syracuse, and I think it's SMU and Miami. But I think SMU beats them, man, and winds up catapulting up there at the 3 seed, because they would be ranked higher than Boise State. And Boise State would get that 4 seed there because they would be the 4th highest ranked conference champion, because the Big 12 is all beat up on each other. And and they would wind up being ranked higher than Arizona State. So they would get the bye there, which is trash. Trash, absolute trash. Y'all have heard me rant about this. I don't know how many times. I was hoping Steph's would be here with me to let me blow off some steam too, but I'm not going to rant anymore about that. We'll see. I'm just really pulling hard for the Beavers this weekend, trying to get them to eliminate this problem for me, and we'll see what happens there. But Boise State, once again, almost 3 touchdown favorites, so I don't know how much we can count on that. That's right, Mott. Just bet that game on. That's right. But Boise State would probably get that first round bye there too. Oregon would be the first team to not get a bye, the highest seed to not get a bye. Oregon would be, in my opinion, there, because they would be the highest ranked non-conference champion. At that point, they would host in the 5th seed there. I think Clemson could sneak in at that 12. You see Arizona State down there at the 11. They would be the Big 12 champion, in my opinion. That is, and I really don't know what's going to happen. Whoever that Big 12 champion is, that's probably about the spot they're going to be in. Probably at that 11 or 12 spot right there based on how the other stuff shakes out. And right now, we'll give the edge to Arizona State because just last week, they seemed like they kind of want to win that thing. They seem like they want to win it more than anybody else. Everybody tries to get a chance in this thing. They wind up dropping the ball, and nobody looks like they want to win that damn conference. So this week, we'll give it to Arizona State for that spot. And I don't think it's going to matter. Whoever gets that spot, they're probably losing the first round. So that'll be that. But that Oregon-Clemson matchup could be intriguing. But you obviously give the edge to Oregon there. I do think it's the better, complete, more football team. And Clemson having to travel across the country and all that up there to that tough spot in Autzen. Here's an interesting matchup, and I had this, and I didn't just do this just because we do this show, Steps. I was hoping you'd be here so we could talk about this, but you're not. Tennessee. I think Tennessee, this could shake out, man. It's looking more and more like Tennessee and Notre Dame could wind up facing off in the first round there, and you could, flip-flop the 8 and 9 seeds, and that is very important because whoever that 8 seed is going to have the home game right now with the rankings the way they are. And not really seeing much that could shake that up between these two teams anyway, between now and then. I don't see any reason they would just, maybe if Notre Dame wins by less than a touchdown to USC, which I don't think so. I'm going to bet the house on Notre Dame again this week. But if they were to win a close one against USC and then Tennessee just was to annihilate Vandy, then maybe they flip-flop. I would love that because then we get the game in Neyland. But right now, the way it's shaking out, I think it would probably wind up being in South Bend there. So that would be a very interesting matchup with Tennessee and Notre Dame in that one. And the winner of that one looks like the winner of the Clemson-Oregon game right now would look like go on to play Boise State. And these games, the second-round games, guys, are not home games. All the first-round games will be hosted by the higher seed. The second-round games are all the New Year's Six bowls when they start, the cottons and peaches, or not peaches, but, yeah, it is peach still. Cotton, peach, orange, fiestas, all that stuff. We have to write up for Steps for no call, no show. That's right, man. I'm telling you, no call, no show. I'm fired up about that. Just let me know something, man. And then you see there, Arizona State, I have them. They will be traveling to Penn State because Penn State's in there at 4. But there, I don't see a way they're going to jump over Oregon or Ohio State. I don't think they're going to punish either one of those teams, Oregon or Ohio State, for having to play that extra game there. I don't think they're going to let Penn State jump over top. You damn sure can't do it if you're Ohio State. Ohio State beat them heads up. Penn State would only have the one loss. So you could see a crazy scenario where maybe if it's Ohio State, but like I said, I don't think you can justify it because Ohio State beat them straight up at their house. Yeah, that's right, Patriot, man. Tell them. I appreciate that, bud. Tell them to smash that thumbs up for us. But yeah, no, I think that Penn State probably winds up that 6th spot right there. Hosting Arizona State wouldn't be a bad spot for you. First round. And there's Indiana. Indiana's still in there right now. In my opinion, I don't see any teams, but with their record at 10-1, all that, even though the schedule's trash, but I'm telling you right now, they have to play that game. They have to go to Texas. It will not be. It ain't gonna matter. But they had to go to. They're going to be on the road. I don't see any path where now Indiana, with their only chance to prove themselves, just completely imploding. I don't see any way they get to host a first-round playoff game or any scenario for that. So any of these places have to go. If Indiana's got to go to Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, that would be a fun one. Or if it's Tennessee, flip-flop the other way. I would love nothing more. Now that all these people have talked all this shit, I would love nothing more than for my Vols to have to play Indiana in the first round. I don't care where we play it. We'll play you in Knoxville. We'll play you in Bloomington. We'll play you on the damn moon. I don't care. You and Boise State. We'll play y'all. Y'all combine your teams. We'll play you together. Now I sound like Will trying to play Bama, Georgia, and Tennessee all on the same day. But, yeah, that's what I think it might look like based off what the rankings are going to be tonight. Like I said, it will not – based off what I think the results are going to be after the rankings tonight, after the championships next week and all that, when all that stuff shakes out. Still a lot of football left, man. We'll see. It's fun to sit here and talk about this and have all our different ideas and all that, but we'll have to see what happens, man. We'll have to see what happens, sir. That's right, Blue. That's right. We're going to get them. We going to get them, man. I'll get over here and we'll look at some of these lines for college football, see if any of them have moved for a second. We'll see if not, man. We're going to wrap this thing up here before too long because I'm going to get ready. I got highlight on right here. I'm ready to zone into my highlight for a little bit. And then apparently there's a lot of good college basketball tonight I didn't even know about, man. I'm going to have to jump into that, see if I can't find some winners there for that too. So you see Colorado right there, 16.5 point favorites at home over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's trash. I think I'm going to bet the over in that one. I told you that yesterday. I will have Crick's picks out tomorrow probably around noon, something like that. I'll have those out and you'll see all the different things that I'm on. But on Crick's Corner yesterday, I went through some of these steps. We have a higher standard here at the most pro show on Rumble. Be better. That's right, man. That's right. I told it's going the right way, folks. This one was at 20.5 just a little bit ago. Oregon State, it's already down to 19, man. I'm going to wind up betting Oregon State. I know that. Might as well go ahead and highlight that. I'm going to wind up betting that over in Oklahoma State and Colorado, too. This one right here, I told y'all yesterday on Creek's Corner, I think this one was kind of flipped around the wrong way. I thought it should be favored Minnesota by minus. It was 2 yesterday. It's already gone back out to minus 2.5. I told you, Wisconsin may be the play in this one right there. I know Minnesota's been playing very well. Almost got upset Penn State last week, but I just feel like this line's funky because I feel like it's backwards. So I think Wisconsin's probably the play in that one. I'm going to most likely stay away from that one. Looking down through here, seeing the other ones. Georgia still 19.5, and these games are on Friday, y'all. Georgia's minus 19.5 over Georgia Tech. I guess that is at home, probably senior day there. I'll be careful with that. Getting all those points. We got the look ahead factor for Georgia and all that stuff too. So that's what I'm talking about. I feel like I've already said all this stuff to y'all yesterday on Creek's Corner. So Tennessee is minus 11 at Vandy. 48.5 is the total there. I'm still betting the under in that one. That line is still at 2. Clemson minus 2.5. They got to come out and strap it up, man, because they do have a lot to play for, in my opinion. Now, seeing the way these rankings could shake out and things like that, a lot of people thought they were dead to rights without winning it. Didn't think they controlled their own destiny, but I feel like if they win, and even if they don't want to play in the AC Championship game, I do see a path where they could get in. Bet the whole house on the Buckeyes, man. They're going to thump them boys this weekend. Once again, be careful with this Army stuff. A lot of people are going to expect the Army to bounce back. Be careful with that. This line's flipped all the way around. I thought I was going to be on Baylor and expect them to kind of end Kansas's run. But yesterday it was Baylor minus 1.5, and now it's flipped around the other way to Kansas minus 1.5. So I will be staying off of that one. You probably bet the over in that game too. Louisville, Kentucky. I almost want to take Kentucky in this one. Louisville went on the road a couple weeks ago to Stanford and dropped the ball out there as 3 touchdown favorites. Man, wound up getting beat in overtime, and always a tight game there with Kentucky. In-state rival and all that. Kentucky went down, was at least respectable. They covered anyway, respectable enough for me at Texas last week. So I think I might be on Kentucky getting 3.5 right there, maybe even a little money line spot. I feel like whatever team is the worst team between Kentucky and Louisville, whichever team is having the worst season, is usually the one that's going to win this game. What up, Max? How you doing, Max? Good to see you, man. He says Bama's in. Bama's in. We'll see, man. I don't know about that. Not after what they did last week. You'd have to see some crazy, crazy things happen. But they laid an egg last week out there in Norman, man. Good to see you in here, brother. Glad to see you. Patriots said, I like Texas Tech to, what do you say? Texas Tech. You like Texas Tech? Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Minus 3.5 there. I'm going to bet the over in that one. I like Texas Tech, West Virginia over. I feel like they're going to score 1 million. Was it 56-48? It's Oklahoma State last week. They broke a honey bun. Any of these other ones down here that I was looking at that may have moved. I think I like Boston College, but Pittsburgh's been biting me, so I know if I bet Boston College, it's probably going to be the week Pittsburgh shows up. I don't want to mess with this one either. I don't know what to do here. It's Auburn, Alabama. Every time I think Alabama's in a bounce back spot in this game, I don't know. I don't like messing with these rivalries. That feels like too many points. Auburn, but Auburn's also coming off the big win last week. Could be a letdown, but everybody's going to be high for this. Iron Bowl. Iron Bowl. These guys ain't got no look aheads or look behinds and all these things. The Iron Bowl. They're going to be amped up, ready to go, which is why I think that should be too many points, especially since Alabama looked so bad last week. But that's also another thing, man. Jalen Milroe played so bad he could come out and have the game of his life, and this one had that miracle touchdown at the end last year. But 11.5 feels like too many, but I'm probably just staying away from that one, man. Bama will be out. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? How you doing? He says Bama's out. I think Bama's out too, man. 2 losses to unranked teams. And like I said, they better strap it up to play this weekend, or they're going to wind up with 3 losses to unranked teams. 2019 Week 14 rankings, you can easily put a 9-3 in. May not be the logic because it's a different year with different teams, but hey, look at where Auburn and Bama are ranked after Bama lost. Lost the first game. Yeah, okay. I mean, we could see, man. Like I said, it's all going to be trial and error for this stuff as far as the first installment of the 12-team playoff here. And a lot of people want to tell you, I mean, if you look at the AP, you still got Alabama sitting right there at 13. And hell, I mean, like I said, you got to have Boise. Boise State still got to win. These teams all still got games this weekend. Everybody still got to win. And after what we saw last weekend with all the madness, I mean, I'm not just counting it that my balls are going to win. For those of y'all new here, you know, I'm a big-time Balls fan in Chattanooga and all that stuff, man. I've lived here my whole life. Love my Balls. But I'm not just counting my tickets before they hatch. I promise you. We're going to have to strap it up to go play against Vandy, or we're going to be one of these teams right here that all these people sitting here with the thumbs up their butts. We're going to be another one of them if we don't go strap it up to play against Vandy. I promise you. Because Vandy's going to come out to play against us. Max says, I'm complete biased as a Bama senior who wants a natty, but come on, man. Hey, good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. You're a senior down there. Enjoy that time, Max. Enjoy that time, bro. That's a lot of fun, man. You won't ever get that time back. So it's been a fun ride for you, bro. Y'all keep it. You had a lot of success in your time at Bama, man. You got to enjoy a lot of success, but good luck to you, man. Congratulations on it being your senior year down there. Notre Dame, USC. I'm going to bet the whole house on Notre Dame, man. Whole house on the Irish right here at 7.5. I'm telling you, they are not going to be look ahead factoring. They are not going to have too much pressure on them. This team is playing well right now, and USC is limited to the finish line. Notre Dame's about to boathouse these boys. So go ahead. 7.5. Don't let it scare you. Don't matter. Don't matter. Miami and Syracuse right there. Like I've told y'all several times, we got a high total in this one, but I think it has come down. I think it came down a point. I think I saw it at 68.5 yesterday, but either way, I don't know if I'm going to mess with that, but I think the sharp side of this is probably going to be Miami. A lot of people are going to be on Syracuse and look for the upset spot and all that, but I really think the sharp side in this thing probably going to be Miami. I think they're going to come out focused up, ready to go in this one, but I think they lose the next week to this team right here in SMU. I'm going to take SMU this week. Patriot, you're in here now. I wanted to ask you this yesterday. We're going to take SMU again this weekend. I think Cal's trash, man. Minus 13.5, but they going to be looking ahead? They're already in the ACC title game. Max said, thanks, man. There's honestly nothing I want more than a Bama-Tennessee rematch this year. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I've even said that, man. I was like, just like I feel like if you beat a good team, man, like you don't want to see them again. Like Georgia may feel like they don't. I mean, Georgia may not care, but like Georgia may not want to see Tennessee again. Alabama may not want to see Georgia again. Like as a Tennessee fan, I don't want to play Alabama again. We already handled that for this year, man. We take any win we can get over Alabama. They've been very few and far between for the last couple decades. And like I said, I've been a Tennessee fan my whole life. So I was actually up there in 2022 in Neyland when we got y'all for the first time in 15 years, man. Me and my old lady was in the stadium, man. We had a lot of fun in that thing, but I just had to sit down and take it all in up there for that one. So we take any win we can get over Alabama, but I've already told her several times. I was like, look, I don't want to have to play Alabama again. We already solved that problem this year. I don't want to have to do it again. SMU is money on the floor. That's right. Okay, Patriot, let's go. I like it, man. I was already on it, but I told him yesterday on Creek's Corner, man, I had to ask you about it and see. You're my source for all things SMU, and I thought under 2 tutties right there. I feel like it is money on the floor. So I'll bend over and pick it up with you, sir. Looking down through, there's Arizona State. I thought it might be a sneaky spot for Arizona. It still could. I mean, it's an in-state rivalry game, and they got everything to play for. And the way they ended that damn game last week, playing like it was ridiculous. They tried like hell to screw that damn thing up, put their ass on a highlight for forever, and they did not. Game On says, Patriot, I sent you your Black Friday deal for your order. Should be in your email. And he says, thanks again, sir. Yeah, shout out to you, Patriot. Patriot went in there and got him some of that Game On merch. We do have the link to the merch store in the descriptions of all the shows and things like that. Y'all go check that out. Will's been working hard, putting all that stuff out there. Man, a lot of good stuff. But they're very good quality stuff, man. Very good quality. So I'm telling you, those hoodies, Patriot, you will not be disappointed, sir. But we do appreciate the support, man. Very much so. Max says, you think loser of ACC championship gets kicked? Also, if SC beats Clemson, you think they can jump Bama? I don't think South Carolina jumps Bama because Bama's got the head-to-head over them, man. They'd have identical records, and Bama's got the head-to-head. It was a close game, 2-point game. But that's kind of the same deal with Ole Miss. If South Carolina was to beat Clemson, and then them, Alabama and Ole Miss all got 9-3 records, but Ole Miss beat South Carolina at South Carolina 27-3, and then Alabama beat South Carolina down in Tuscaloosa 27-25. So I don't think the committee, based off what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to take head-to-head is one of their big key parameters they use. So if you're going to do that, it's hard to justify for me with the teams identical records, similar schedules. They played on the field, and one team won, the other one didn't. It'd be hard for me to put the team that didn't win in that head-to-head matchup ahead. It better not be Pat's Carey said. That's right. But yeah, no, I think in the ACC championship, man, I just think that Clemson's going to be sitting right there. You're going to see in years to come, I think that they talked about it, y'all heard me say this before, but devaluing the regular season. I think it's more kind of not so much devaluing the conference championships, but it just puts a lot more pressure on it, man, because you could have a situation like this where a team in the ACC winds up getting punished for having to play an extra game because, you say Miami, let's just say Miami wins this thing, and Miami and Clemson would be a perfect scenario because they didn't play head-to-head this year. We're one of those weird years where it worked out where they didn't have to play head-to-head. And so, how do you really compare that? And it just kind of would be more like, what have you done for me lately? And I think the 2 losses by Miami would probably resonate more so than that. And that's only if Clemson was to win against South Carolina. Now, if Clemson loses South Carolina, that's all a moot point. But, I do, man. I really think the only way the ACC probably gets 2 teams in is if Clemson was to beat South Carolina pretty convincingly. I mean, they ain't got to, beat them by 3 touchdowns or nothing, but if they, look good, control the game, never really feel like they're at a spot where they could lose right there, and then they just have to sit around championship week, and then let's say SMU just kind of boat races Miami or something, or vice versa, then I think the loser is going to wind up getting left out, and Clemson may wind up sneaking in there, but we'll have to see. A lot of games left to be played. Arizona State, I would be carried. It just feels like a weird spot, but I told y'all last week, I think this Arizona team's kind of melded in for the year, man. I really do. There's Rutgers at Sparty. I don't have an opinion on that one. North Carolina State. This line's gone down half point. It was at 3.5 yesterday, -3.5 for North Carolina. So we're all Gamecocks fans this weekend. That's right, man. That's right. That would be definitely one of the ones you need, man. You definitely need to root for South Carolina this weekend if you're still looking for an outside shot. And I'm telling you, baby, Alabama, you never know. You never know. I will give you this. They would love to have y'all in there. And that's why I think so too, Andrew. No matter what, you're going to have pissed off teams, 100%, sir, and they will have to expand it farther. And I want that, man. I know this is. I'm glad we got what we got now, and this is all fun. But I mean, the more teams, the better. Playing for the ultimate prize. I really think that the magic number is probably going to wind up being around 20, man. Around 20. How long you think Dabo keeps coaching? Nevada says. I don't know, man. Dabo can obviously still coach. Dabo hates. He's kind of like, you look at Saban. Big reason Saban left. He doesn't like the state of college football. You look at a guy like Tony Bennett up in Virginia, the basketball coach I'm talking about here, but he didn't like the state of college sports and stuff too, with all the transfer portals and NILs. And Dabo's been very adamant about how he doesn't like that stuff. He doesn't like to use the transfer portal, which puts him at a disadvantage there because he's not getting all the same recruits available to him that are available to everybody else. He just doesn't like to use it. He likes to bring his guys in, groom them along and build them that way. And he doesn't really like to dip in the transfer portal. Hadn't used it at all. And so, I mean, he's going to have to evolve with the game some, or it's going to continue to be tougher to compete year in and year out with all these teams. And it gets to the point where is he ever just like, I'm kind of over this? Because, how much, you got kids and all that stuff, man. I know they're older and whatnot now, but maybe he just gets to the point where he's kind of fed up with it. I think that's what happened with Saban. He just got where he was kind of fed up with it. So, but right now, I mean, Dabo's still a good football coach. I think Dabo's kind of a crybaby. Y'all heard me say that 1,000 times too. I think he's kind of a crybaby at times, but Dabo's a good football coach. There's no two ways about that. So we'll have to see. And, we'll just see. We'll see. It could be wind up being something where he gets fed up. Maybe they get left out in a crazy way at the end of this season. That winds up firing him up, and he just decides he's had enough of it. He thinks it's all foolishness or something. But right now, I mean, he's all right now. I know they were getting ready to call for his head and tell him that's the thing. We get so spoiled, some of these schools with all the success that Clemson's had, and you get so spoiled to where you wind up having a guy go 9-3 and you act like those are bad seasons. Be careful wishing for that, man. I've been a Tennessee fan my whole damn life, and we damn called for Fulmer's head way sooner than we should have, and that wound up, we were in a decade of dysfunction after that, man. Literally, we're just now climbing out of that damn pit. So be careful running off coaches that are good football coaches, y'all. I'm telling you, that's a lesson Lesson I learned the hard way. Not just me, all of Ball Nation. We did. We called Performers Head. We wanted all these changes, and look where we've been. We finally just got back, man. Sporting says, teaser with SMU, Notre Dame, and Ohio State, or regular spread parlay. Okay, get in there, man. I like it. I'm going to be on Ohio State and Notre Dame, and Patriot loves SMU. I was already looking at that. Let's do it, man. Let's tease it, please it, cover it, smother it, all that stuff. But yeah, Nevada, I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see. But Dabo, I mean, he's not getting younger. But at the same time, I'll tell you what, if he is going to keep coaching, he got to evolve with the times, man. He's got to start using the transfer portal. Here's another one you can add to that, Sporting Electron. We're going to bet the whole house on Florida minus 15. And me and Will are going to talk about this some. I'm going to wait till he's in here with me so we can rant together. But he texted me earlier and was telling me, man, I did not know this. I have not seen it yet, so I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny. But he told me that Florida State fans stormed the damn field after they beat Charleston Southern on Saturday. If that is true, my, how the mighty have fallen. If that is true, can you imagine, man? You was a 1-9 football team, and you beat FCS Charleston Southern, and you charge the. I hope they find them double. I hope they find them double what they do everybody else. That's ignorant. And I also think that's another reason why I'm going to bet the whole house on Florida again this weekend. Florida came through big time for my Vols last week, handling Ole Miss. Appreciate that, Gator Nation. But, yeah, I think they're going to go smack the damn Seminoles in the mouth this weekend, too. And you probably take this line out as far as it'll damn go, because Florida and Florida State hate each other. It don't matter. If they can beat them by 50, they're going to beat them by 50. I promise. This is kind of the battle of both these head coaches have been having their head called for all year long. Billy Napier wants to be able to beat him as bad as he possibly can. And I think they're going to. Florida is a team that has actually improved throughout this year. Florida State is not. Florida State is by far the most disappointing story in college football and one of the most disappointing stories in sports I can ever remember. As far as a team that came into a season with the amount of expectations that they had after the season they had last year, different things that were going on in the program, bringing, different guys in from the portal and all that. But I never remember a team in any sport where they had that much hype and expectation on them that just was this bad. I mean, until last week when they played Charleston Southern, they were the only team of the 263 Division I teams in college football that hadn't scored 21 damn points. They finally got what? I think they even covered. I think the line went up close at 33.5. I think they won by 34. How do they know, man? And then supposedly rush the damn field or something. We're going to bet the whole house on Florida this week, too. Some of these other ones down through here. We'll monitor these more throughout the week, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap this thing up here for a little bit because I do have some things I got to do tonight. And I'm going to get in here and try to find some winners in college basketball, see if I can't fish one of them out of the weeds. So we'll be back with y'all bright and early in the morning. I still don't know what's up with Steps. Andrew said, good call on the Gators. Yes, sir. I like it, Andrew. I like it. I appreciate y'all being in here with me today, man. Normally we have my guy Steps, for any of y'all that are new in here. Normally my guy Heavy Steps is in here with me as well. I don't know what happened today. He got called up. But we do this show every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time right here on the Game On channel. On Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m. I have Crick's Corner where we're talking all college football. Like I said, that's 1 p.m. right here as well. But then Will and I have the Sports Morning Espresso Shot every single morning, Monday through Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, between 7:30 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Eastern. And then we have the NFL Wise Guy Roundtable Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern. So you guys come back and hang out with us. We really appreciate you being in here there. Andrew and Blue, as always. Patriots stop by supporting. We got Nevada in there. Max, good to see you, Max. Appreciate it, man. Come back and see us. I'm not trying to forget any of y'all, man. If I did not, I don't mean anything by it. Mont came by here too. So good to see everybody. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are the real MVPs. Derp been in here. So we love y'all, man. Y'all help us stay motivated, coming in here and hanging out and talking about it. We all find some winners, and then we have a little silly goose time too, man. So we'll be back with y'all bright and early in the morning for your Sports Morning Espresso Shot at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, 4:30 a.m. Pacific. I believe Will's got to let me know, but we got another highlight interview in the morning. So we'll see what else going on with that, man. But you guys be safe out there. You and your beautiful families stay safe this evening. Good luck in all of your wagers. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. And until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.